Hello, Peachies! Welcome back to Dear Peachy. In recent years, we've constantly been bombarded with new terms used to categorize beauty: unapproachable beauty, love at first sight beauty, intimidatingly attractive, and so many more. Most of these labels revolve around one specific kind of attractiveness, the kind that hits you instantly. The kind of beauty that completely stuns you at first glance. But what actually creates that kind of first impression beauty? As beauty standards continue to evolve, the faces that leave the strongest first impression are usually the ones with the highest visual impact. In art, our eyes naturally gravitate toward the boldest colors, the strongest contrast, or the biggest focal point. If there's a vivid peony in a painting, chances are that's the first thing we notice. The same principle applies to faces. Features like thicker brows, larger eyes, defined facial contours, a high nose bridge, or fuller lips tend to create a more striking, dazzling kind of beauty. And this kind of beauty usually isn't something makeup alone can create. In fact, these are often the kinds of features that can naturally carry bold, dramatic, or high-contrast makeup in the first place. The bone structure tends to have more dimension, and the overall facial proportions often appear more harmonious and impactful. But what if we don't have those kinds of features? Does that mean we're doomed if we don't instantly stun people with our appearance? Of course not. Beauty exists in many different forms. And there's another kind of beauty that stands in complete contrast to first impression beauty: quiet beauty. So what exactly is a quiet beauty face? Have you ever met someone that initially they may not seem particularly attractive to you at first, but over time, their beauty slowly lingers in your mind? They just seem to possess something compelling enough to make you want to keep looking at them. A true, quiet beauty face carries a certain magnetism. Even if the person isn't conventionally striking, there's still something about them that makes people want to take a second look. It could be their aura, their character, or simply the kind of energy they radiate through their expressions and presence. There's usually something unique about them that naturally draws people in. Take Nini, for example. When she first debuted, there were articles confidently claiming that her looks would never make her famous. But over the years, her authenticity and confidence became part of her beauty. And today, she is considered one of the most iconic beauties in Chinese cinema. Quiet beauty often comes with a strong sense of individuality, style, or personal story. So how can we tell whether we fall more into the category of first impression beauty or quiet beauty? Personally, we think there are two key features that can help us identify the difference. When we talked about first impression beauty earlier, we mentioned how bold, high-impact features immediately grab attention. Faces like that create a strong visual impact right away. But quiet beauty is usually the opposite. The features tend to be softer, smaller, or more evenly balanced, so no single feature completely dominates the face at first glance. Since facial features can present very differently across ethnicities, we've included two separate sets of examples for South Asians and East Asians, so you can get a rough idea of how these beauty types may appear in different features and facial structures. Take Cate Blanchett and Scarlett Johansson, for example. Scarlett Johansson's beauty feels glamorous and alluring, while Cate Blanchett's beauty feels more understated and quiet. The same comparison can also be seen between Michelle Reyes and Tang Wei. Tang Wei isn't necessarily the type to instantly stun people, but that's exactly what makes her beauty so compelling. Her face never feels overpowering. There's a calmness and restraint to her appearance, and the longer you look at her, the more you begin to appreciate her beauty. Jisoo is similar in that sense. Her face shape is soft, her features are balanced, and although her beauty may not be the most immediately eye-catching in Blackpink, it feels subtle, elegant, and timeless. This kind of face leaves room to breathe. It isn't loud or excessively glamorous. Looking at it feels comfortable and naturally makes people want to keep looking. It's similar to choosing between two landscape paintings. At first, our eyes are usually drawn to the one with the brightest, most dramatic colors. But if we had to choose one painting to look at every single day, many of us would probably choose the one with softer, calmer tones because it feels more timeless and easier to return to over and over again. Quiet beauty works the same way. The second type of quiet beauty is more unconventional, and sometimes even a little controversial. Take Kiko Mizuhara, for example. Many online discussions have pointed out her protruding mouth shape, which doesn't align with conventional East Asian beauty standards. But if we look more closely, her upper facial features largely fit traditional aesthetic standards, while the lower half introduces an unexpected contrast. That break in symmetry and expectation is exactly what gives her face individuality and character. It adds a sense of story that makes her visually memorable. Take Ella Purnell as another example. Her eyes are one of her most striking features, though some people argue that they appear slightly prominent or too wide. However, it is precisely these distinctive features that make her gaze so expressive, contributing to the subtle, mysterious aura that defines her screen presence. Her beauty may not strike you instantly, but it lingers in your mind, becoming more memorable the longer you think about it. Or take Keira Knightley as another example. She has often been the subject of imitation and commentary because of her strong jawline. However, in our view, this very feature gives her face a sense of strength and resilience that complements her personality beautifully. It also adds depth to her presence on screen, making her especially well-suited for roles like Elizabeth Bennet in Pride and Prejudice. This type of quiet beauty is not necessarily conventional, nor is it always universally appreciated. It doesn't aim to impress at first sight. Instead, it reveals itself gradually. The longer you look, the more depth, texture, and personality it unfolds. And in truth, both forms of quiet beauty hold their own kind of value. That is the essence of quiet beauty. So if you fall into this category, there is no need to feel inferior to those with more instantly striking features. In the end, the purpose of this video is to show that beauty is never one-dimensional or universal. It cannot be defined by a single standard, nor can it be reduced to one fixed type of face or feature. Beauty is deeply subjective. It changes depending on who is looking and how they choose to see it. But beyond all of these perspectives and definitions, instead of asking which beauty you are, just remember, you need to know that you're beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next video. Goodbye!